How's it? I'm Yarps. Today I'm going to be a tree decoration in the woods. Yep, that's right. I'm going to be hammock camping in my lovely little local woods one night solo. Weather is gorgeous. Blue skies. It has been raining a lot. The ground underfoot is soaking wet. Who cares? I'm in a hammock. Not going to touch the ground. Temperatures around 14 to 16 degrees at the moment, not quite sure exactly what, at centigrade, dropping down to around 9 degrees tonight, which is balmy warm for this time of the year, mid-October. There is supposed to be some mist coming in about 1 o'clock in the morning and getting very foggy by 7 a.m. I'm in an unfamiliar bit of the woods, so I'm going to go and have a little recce in a minute. Just make sure I'm not near any public footpaths where there's dog walkers and all that sort of thing. How's it? Done my recce? Looks clear all round. Famous last words. There'll be a herd of dog walkers through in a minute. I've picked my 2 trees. Nothing above that looks of any kind of, I don't know, widowmakers, whatever. Looks okay. Hard to tell. A lot of foliage. Skies are blue, so I can see a fair bit, so that's not so bad. Dump my bags there for the moment. I'm going to set the camera up and go through. For those of you who maybe, there's probably no one interested, I'm interested, I'm going to unpack my bag, put it onto a mat and show you what's in my bag. Just a very quickie, and then we're going to set up the hammock. Cheers. Okay, 2 bags here. One's my kit, one's my cook kit. We'll come to that one a little later on. I'll just leave it there for the moment. In this bag here, first thing I need to find is my mat. Hopefully I'll put that near the top so I can pull everything out the bag onto it. This is a One Tigress Wild Rocket 45 litre bag. It's perfect for what I need for this kind of adventure. Mat. Right, starting off out the bag, first thing, One Tigress Bushcrafter's mat. I'm not a bushcrafter, but hey ho, I love their kit. Let's get the mat out, gives me something to stand on when I get out the hammock, and also something I can lay my kit out on now and kneel on while I empty it. In that one there, puffer jacket for when it gets cold later on. That's the bag that the One Tigress Bushcrafter's mat just come out of. One Tigress compound hammock. Pillow. I do like a pillow in a hammock. Now I wasn't sure whether to bring the DD tarp. Forecast says 0% chance of rain. Brought it as a just in case. Might stick it up, might leave it in a sleeve though. Most important bit of kit. My One Tigress chair. And out to the bottom of the bag. My One Tigress top quilt for inside my hammock. And the One Tigress under quilt. And in the very bottom there is my One Wind under quilt protector. So that's going to go around my underquilt. It'll help prevent any splashing of water onto the quilt itself and help keep some of the wind out. That's the lot. How's it? Me again. Surprise. Woohoo. Right, done. Hammock is set up, I think. Might need a little bit of tinkering. I've had a lie in it. Feels pretty good. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm happy with it. The ground is very, very wet, so I'm so pleased I brought the hammock along. I think there are some drier patches further up the hill or around the corner. I can't be bothered to be going to find it. The light will be going in the next hour. It's already dark under this canopy and trees. I know it looks pretty bright on the film, the video, whatever, but it isn't. It's getting darker in here. I've still got my cook kit to set up. It's in a little bag there. I'll do that in a while. What I'm going to do first, though, is I made myself a little turkey and stuffing baguette, a big turkey and stuffing baguette, which I'm going to have as something to eat, along with Free Dam, which is a Maltese 0% lager. So I'm going to have one of those with my turkey and stuffing sandwich. Before I do that, a quick show you while we got some light of the hammock. Boom, there it is. Okay, so strung between those 2 trees. looking up, you know, there's a lot of big dead wood higher up around, but this one little patch, I'm crossing fingers, it looks not too bad. It looks not too bad. It looks not too bad. Hammock itself, bit messy on the strings side, but small DD tarp. That's the 2.9 by 1.5 or something it is. Strung up just over the top. I don't think I'm going to need it. I've put it up anyway, just in case. I've stuck my bag up on a carabiner up on the straps there as well, just keep that off the floor. It's all that's left in it now is a first aid kit and my WC kit, poop kit, which I'll talk about later. And yeah, strapped up to the tree. Under the slot here, we've got, as I said earlier, we've got the One Tigress compound hammock. Underneath that there is the One Tigress underquilt. Underneath that is the One Wind underquilt barrier. It just kind of keeps the breeze and any moisture off of the underquilt itself. And then on top, in there somewhere, hidden away behind the zips, I've got my One Tigress quilt, along with my One Tigress. Actually, it's not a One Tigress. What is this? One Tigress, you need to make a pillow. This is a, I don't know, some cheap camping pillow anyway. So One Tigress, do us a pillow please. And that's it really. I'm now going to go and sit in my little chair, eat my baguette, have a little drink of lager. I'll get back to you in a minute. Okay, baguette's eaten. I'm feeling a lot better. I didn't have lunch today, so yeah, Marmite and toast for breakfast. A couple of cups of coffee, and that's about it all day. So that baguette's yeah, I had the whole thing. It's filled me up nicely and I'm feeling a lot better. It's beautiful out here, absolutely beautiful. The sun is definitely dipping in the sky and it's a lot darker in here than, I know I've said this already, than it appears on the camera. There's a low light enhancement on the camera, so it makes everything look a lot brighter. But I just wanted to give you a little 360 of what I'm kind of sitting and enjoying at the moment. So if we kind of start with the hammock area here. If I go up towards it through the squelchy ground, that's the view the other side of the hammock there, and I can, when I get in the hammock, see a 360 view because the hammock drops down below the tarp level, and through the bug net I can see all the way around, so there's a good clear view at night time. I've also got an exceptionally bright torch, so you know, if I get any anxiety through some noises or whatever else, I can you know, rather than sit there wondering what it is, I can get out, point the torch at wherever it's coming from and satisfy myself it's nothing and it's just in my head. It's probably hard to tell on here as well, but we're on quite a slope, so it's a sort of a hillside as such, so there are some big old trees here. I mean, as I pan back there, that one there is a massive old baby. It goes right up into the sky, and the branches stop about 10-15 meters short of where they're falling. There's a lot of deadfall in the distance there where it has come down. There's another few big trees over that side, some massive trees over that side, but none of their branches are hanging over this section here. So you know, this is although it's not ideal, it's got the least number of large trees with dead branches on them. And yeah, I'm quite happy with it. It'll do me. So I'm not on the ground, so the wetness doesn't matter. I've got my little mat, although you missed I should have had it on camera. I sat down on my chair a minute ago, and I didn't bring my sand mat. Daz didn't bring my sand mat. So I sat down on the chair, the back legs sunk into the soft ground here, and I went arse over tit basically. So what I've done is I've grabbed my mat from under the hammock and I've stuck it under the chair for the moment to stop me sinking back into the ground. When it's bedtime, I'll move the mat back over to under the hammock. One thing I do have to watch is, I don't know if you can see it here, but there is a little guy line on the tarp that's hanging out there. There is a danger when I'm heading for my bag or coming from the chair that I'm going to trip over that in the middle of the night with forgetting it's there. So I'm trying to sink into this little skull of mine. There is a guy line there. There is a guy line there. If I say it enough times, I'll remember. But they do need tightening up. They're quite loose at the moment, but I'll do that closer to bedtime. That's it for the moment. I'm going to sit back and enjoy it. It's too early to be lighting up my little gasifier stove and getting that side out. I do have a little bit of a chat I want to talk about at some point. But I'm going to spend what I came out here to do, which is 20 minutes, half an hour, 40 minutes, however long it takes, just sitting and enjoying. There's an awful grey smudge on there. Sometimes it's, see it? There, I can see it now. And now I can't. See it now? No, it's still there. Okay. Anyway, something I didn't talk about was I've got a tiny little table here. It's the latest little one tigress folding table, camp table. Only available on AliExpress, I believe. I don't think it's on Amazon quite yet. So just thought I'd mention that one. And I will be coming back to my little cook kit system a little later. Just going to wait for it to get dark. I've not seen a single person or heard a single person for miles around, so I'm guessing it's pretty good, yeah. But going to leave it till a little later till I light up my gasifier. It's a smile of a happy man. Just a quickie, you know, I'm sat here right now, and this place is the place I'm meant to be, right here, right now. I'm a very happy man, very contented man. But there was a journey to be had to get to this place, you know. I don't mean the journey from home by car to park up and then the hike to find this place within the woods. I don't mean that journey. I mean the journey in life, you know, the journey of special people along the way who, without them, I wouldn't be here right now, you know. And magic people. Now, of course, the most magic people in my life are my family, my grown-up children. They've been the most supportive and my mainstay in life. They've been my rock, and they know what they've been through. They know what I've been through, that's a personal story, and that's something that's not to be shared on the internet. That's not something I'd want to share on the internet. Certainly not on YouTube, anyway. I'm talking about the other people in my life, the people that are on the internet, the YouTubers, the people that have helped, supported, and got me to where I am right now. And there's a number of people. But I'm going to start with probably the most important couple that I've met, and who've really fashioned and steered and guided, without them probably realizing, where I am right now. Right here, right now, is in a big part down to them. And they are Mick and Kaz from Hampshire Outdoors and Survival. Now, if some of the Hampshire and Outdoor Survival community are watching this, they'll know exactly where I'm coming from. You know, to them, they probably feel exactly the same. But if there's anyone out there, probably isn't, but if there is anyone out there watching this who's not part of that community, I want to tell you a little bit about that community and about that couple. But before I do that, I just want to talk about myself on YouTube and how I got to meet this couple in the first place. So, you know, I'm like everyone else out there. I get home in the evening and I log onto my YouTube channel and I look at the things I'm subscribed to, and I see if there's anything interesting to watch, and I watch them, and then once I've done that, I'll get some recommendations of something else to watch, or I'll type in a search, and so on and so forth. And you know, I'm interested in the outdoors. I'm not necessarily a bushcrafter, but I watch bushcraft videos. A little bit of a survivalist in, you know, the prepping side, that sort of thing. So I've watched, you know, a wide variety of stuff. I love the outdoors, and that's where I feel my heart is. And so all those kinds of videos. And yeah, they're great. They're great. You know, you can interact with people in the comments section and tell them what a great video they've done. You know, I never slate people on their videos. There's no point trolling people, you know. If you don't like something, move off, go see something else. There's no point putting negative comments down. I'm not that kind of person. But I follow a lot of people that I like, and, you know, along the way I came across Hampshire Outdoors and Survival. Lovely couple, Mick. He's a ex-army vet, but he's more than that. Hell of a lot more than that. That man has got, wow, a knowledge that I've not come across in anybody else. And it's not just about survival or bushcraft or the outdoors. I mean, what he doesn't know is I don't know. Oh, it's amazing. He's amazing. I don't want to big him up too much. And his Mrs. Kaz, an amazing woman, having been a couple over the years for I don't know how many years they've been together, but she's obviously got a great knowledge base like he has as well. But she's also got a little specialist side. She's doing her own little thing on I think it's some sort of hedgerows and kitchen medicine at the moment. Things like nettles, what to do with nettles, garlic, that sort of thing. She's just starting up on it, and she's great at it, a total natural. Going back to her husband Mick, I came across his videos, and dotted amongst his videos were these Sunday socials, and I'd watched a few of his videos and enjoyed some of the survivalist stuff he was talking about. He doesn't do just survival stuff. He does reviews, he does outdoor walks, he does all sorts of stuff. Go and visit his channel, you'll see what I mean. One other thing they do is on a Sunday evening, 8 o'clock at night, that's Greenwich Mean Time, UK GMT, 8 p.m. I don't know what that is in America. It's probably, say, 12 p.m. on the west coast and 3 p.m. on the east coast and 2 p.m. in the central time zones. I know you've got quite a few times over there. And around the world, you'll just need to look it up. 8 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, that's UK time. He goes live. It's for a couple of hours. They do 8 till 10 approximately. It's himself and Kaz. And they do this social evening. It's almost like being sat in a pub and having a chat and a drink with friends, Really is good. You can ask any questions you want. They get answered. The community is full of all sorts of people, all like-minded people, but all sorts of people. We have, there's YouTubers. There's some quite semi-famous YouTubers within the bushcraft community in the UK and whatnot who come on the channel. There's other YouTubers who do outdoor walks and that sort of thing. There's survivalists, there's veterans, there's non-veterans like myself. There's just a huge, and there's ladies, there's gents. There's a big mix. There's a big mix. And you know what? The first time I logged on that, I logged in. I said hi in the chat, a little nervous, and everyone said hi. Kaz said, "Oh, new subscriber here. Yarps Outdoors. Hello, Yarps. Hello, welcome to the channel." Mick stopped what he was saying. "Hello, Yarps. Welcome to the channel. This is what we do." Blah blah blah. It was fantastic. All the people in the chat. Hi, Yarps. Hi, Yarps. Nice to meet you, Yarps. It was really, really nice. Now, the first few visits I had on a Sunday evening at 8 p.m, I sat and listened in. Occasionally, might have typed something, but the more I got to watch what was going on in the chat, and the more I got to listen to Mick and Kaz have their chat on the live, the more I got to enjoy it, the more I felt part of that community. And I tell you what, it is something special. It really is something very special. And a month or two down the line of doing that, I just happened to mention one day to Mick in the live chat, I just said, Mick, and he has his own permission woods that he can go into, and not far from where he lives. And I just wondered if he would ever invited somebody up to his woods. So I sent that question, and he said, "Look, drop me an email, Yarp." So I did. I dropped an email, and he replied back and said, "Yeah, come on up, mate. You come up for a daytime. We'd spend a day in the woods. You can, if you want to learn anything, you want to bring some kit, you want some help with that kit, whatever else, just come on up, and we'll have a day together." And we did. We arranged it. I went up for a day and had a fantastic day. Really, really informative day. I took my Kelly kettle up, brand new, never used before. He showed me how to use it. I noticed today he's got another Kelly kettle video out, which I've downloaded and be watching in my hammock later. We spent the day together, looked at my Kelly kettle. I put up this is a brand new, at that time, hammock that I bought. And I brought it along. He said, "Yeah, come on, let's help you string it up." He, strangely enough, has the One Tigress compound hammock as well. So he helped me string it up, adjust the ridge line, and I just get it into a suitable sleeping position for myself. Helped me put the tarp up, showed me different ideas of using a tarp. Absolutely amazing. Really, 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 really pleased with that day. I went home with a huge smile on my face and a great deal of thanks from Mick. He then arranged a camp. I think it was, I can't remember now, May or June time, and then another one in August, and where he restricted it to just 10 members of his community on each camp, and I went to both. And I tell you what an amazing time. There was so much to learn. It was so laid back. It was all sitting around a fire. You go and have a look. There's some videos of it on his channel on YouTube, and some of the other YouTubers who were there took videos as well. Absolutely amazing time. Some of the best weekend experiences. It was 2 nights. So it was Friday through to a Sunday, Saturday, Friday and Saturday nights. Campfires. We had Jason from Hampshire Outdoor Kitchen cooking us a big range stew on the fire. We had Sticks Outdoors Bushcraft coming down, doing some bushcraft skills, building tripods for us to cut wood with and all that sort of stuff. It was just an amazing, great time. And the second camp as well, we had even more people down. Roaming Ray was down on both. I'm going to forget all the names. Lee Michelle, loads of different people. Some who are YouTubers, some who aren't. It was a great mix of people. And we had a wonderful, absolutely wonderful time. Seriously, seriously wonderful time on both camps. I mean, the generosity and kindness and the willingness to share their knowledge that Mick and Kaz have is absolutely amazing. Only problem, they do have a little terror of a Wookiee dog called Willow. He's actually a little gem, but just great. And I mentioned Jason earlier. Jason occasionally appears on their live as well. He's a chef by trade, and so he helps out with any question. I'm actually a qualified chef by trade, but I've got nothing on Jason. I got into management as quick as I could. My chefing wasn't that great. What else is there to say about them? Just they are so supportive. Do yourselves a favour. If you feel like there's a little something missing in your life, a little something, you want to just talk to some like-minded people or listen to some like-minded people. You don't even have to chat. Just log in 8 p.m. on a Sunday evening, Hampshire Outdoors and Survival. You won't be sorry. You really won't be sorry. It's for me, it changed my life. I got to meet a number of different people, including Daz Outdoors UK, who I was out with a wild camp with last weekend. Myself and Daz have got some various exploits planned in the future. So yeah, absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Check out Hampshire Outdoors and Survival. Wonderful channel. Mick and Kaz, love you lots. Thank you for all your help and support. I'm sure that goes for the rest of the subscribers to your channel, the rest of the community. We all love you dearly. Thank you very much for all your support. Just had somebody walk right past me, literally 30 yards away, stare at me, give me a glare, and carry on walking. So we'll wait and see what happens. Who knows, maybe it'll be time to move on later or not. I'm not going to count my chickens. I ain't going anywhere, not unless I get asked to move. So I'm here for the night otherwise. But apart from that one person, nobody for the last 2 hours. It's been amazing. Well, I've been sitting here in the dark for, I don't know, hour and a half. No idea on the time. Don't care about the time. It's pitch black out there. Absolutely pitch black. I've just popped the little light on over there, next to the top, hanging on my bag. And I'm just enjoying the absolute pitch blackness. There's so many noises out there. Grunting sounds, screaming sounds, hooting sounds, bits of trees dropping out and landing all around the place. It's fantastic. It really is. I can even see the odd little star through the trees in the sky. It's really, really nice. Now I'm going to sit here, I don't know how much longer, however long. I feel happy doing it. And then after a while I'm probably going to head into the hammock, and I've downloaded Mick's video today that he did of Kelly Kettle. It'll be interesting to see that one. And a couple of movies off of Netflix. So I'll be looking forward to those as well. I've got a little, I was thinking back to my childhood, to my first camping experience, and I don't know, what the hell, let me just share that with you now. So it was back in Zimbabwe, Rhodesia, many moons ago, and my dad took me out in his Land Rover, went out into the bush, miles and miles from anywhere, absolutely miles from anywhere. I remember that where we parked up there was a water hole not too far away to the left. In the distance there was some granite koppies. Koppies are little hills that have sort of granite boulders in them, interspersed with sort of bush and thorn trees and that sort of thing. On the granite boulders, there are things like dassies, which are rock hyrax, which are just big fat rodents that sort of sit on those rocks during the day and warm up, and lizards on the rocks, and baboons in the background you could hear sort of barking. And we'd parked up anyway, and he'd dug out of the Land Rover 2 tents. I had my own tent, and it was the afternoon. I'd had a cream soda, American style cream soda, and a bit of biltong to eat on the way there, and I still had some of my cream soda left in the bottle. I remember that's green in colour, glass bottle. And anyway, we set up our 2 tents, and he showed me how to do mine. It was just the old-fashioned little 2 tent pole tents, and canvas, sleeping bag, and one of those old, you remember the old army stretcher type mats, that's a canvas with the wire steel metal legs. I can't remember, you put together. It used to be a real struggle to get them together. And then the canvas kind of sagged a little bit as you slept on it anyway. But yeah, I had one of those and a sleeping bag on top of that. And I'd set up our tents, and then out we went, and we had some wood, I think, in the Land Rover, and went out and collected a little bit more, and we set up a campfire. And as the sun was settling, you could hear all the animals out there. I remember that heading towards the waterhole, there was kudu and impala, the odd zebra, some wild dogs. We saw some in the distance. It was great. It was great. Anyway, as the sun dropped, we started cooking. He cooked boerewors sausages over the fire, the braai, and with some sadza, which is a maize meal made from ground maize. We call it mili meal or sadza. It's added to boiling water and thickened up, and you kind of pick it out the pot with your hand and roll it into a ball, maybe dip it into some gravy and eat it that way. We had sadza with some gravy. He made, remember, some tomatoes in it, and of course the boerewors sausages, which are a beef South African sausage. Absolutely gorgeous. So we scoffed that down and sat back and sat and chatted by the fire as the sun went down. Beautiful red sun. I remember it now. Bright red. Well, not even bright. You could look at it quite clearly. It was huge in the sky. Just red in colour as it dipped down slowly and dipped down. Anyway, I reached the point, I remember, I needed the toilet. I didn't know what to do about it. So I said, Dad, I need the loo. And he said, okay, son, what do you need? Do you need a twinkle or a poop? What is it? So I said, poop. He said, okay, no worries. So he got his rucksack, got out a toilet roll, gave me the toilet roll. He said, off you go then. I said, well, go where? He said, son, we're out in the bush. There's no one around. We're miles from anywhere. You can go anywhere you pick. That's the beauty of being in the bush, son. Just be discreet, but you can go anywhere you want. You just pick a spot. Go for it. Oh, thanks, Dad. Grabbed the toilet roll, off I went. I came back 5 minutes later, sat down. He gave me a hug. He said, all better now, all out? I said, yeah, all done, all right. He said, out of interest, where'd you go? I said, in your tent, Dad. Never took me camping again. Right, I'm in my hammock. I'm just going to watch some videos now. It's pitch black out there. Absolutely loving it. But I'm getting a little bit chilly out there, so I thought I'd jump into my hammock. I'm going to lie here for a little while and listen to the sounds and the noises, but I think there's definitely some rutting deer or something going on out there. Anyway, I'm going to watch a bit of Hampshire Outdoors and Survival, his mixed Kelly Kettle review. I think that's what he's got, or something. I'm not sure what he's done with it. Maybe he's adapted one or something, but I'm going to watch it now anyway. Yeah, me again. And just to show you what I said earlier that I'd be watching, here it is now, look. There's Mickey the man, sharing my hammock with me. And his Timu wood stove that he bought for like 50 quid or something. He's tested it a couple of times now. It's a great little stove, and Yeah, on the curve. I was talking about the community earlier. One of the guys on the community asked whether you could rig up the Kelly kettle to the top of it, and then use the heat from that to heat the water in the Kelly kettle at the same time. So I think that's what Mick's having a go at now. So yeah, I'm going to enjoy this one, and catch you later. Good morning, or as Sticks would say, good morning, good morning, good morning. It's 6 a.m. I slept like a log. I woke up in the campfire. Actually, I didn't even have a campfire last night. I didn't need one. It's probably the first time being out camping I haven't ever had one. I'll tell you why, really. The campfires are great. The ambience is really special. But what it feels like you've created your own little artificial environment, with a campfire. It's the warm orange glow. It's like a dome around you, shutting out the night. And yeah, it's really special, and especially if you're cold. It's warming, sitting around the fire. And last night I decided, no fires. Just let it go. Just sit in the dark. I'll tell you what, as my eyes got more and more used to the dark, just looking out and looking around, I felt part of the night. Not like shutting it out, I felt part of it. I could see amazingly clearly, despite the heavy canopy and, the very little light that there was. It was, I could see even in my hammock, looking out through the mesh, I could see out through the forest floor, and I just felt part of the night. And if it had been cold, it'd been a different story. It wasn't that cold. So, yeah, pretty good stuff. Slept okay. I wouldn't say it was the most comfortable sleep I've had in a long time. That would be dishonest. I woke maybe, I don't know. Well, let's say I generally wake 3 or 4 times in the night when I'm at home in my comfortable bed, so probably double that. Maybe 8, 9, 10 times I must have woken, stirred during the night, then go back to sleep again. Most times I went back to sleep fairly quickly. I think it was around midnight. No, it was about 1:45, because I actually dug my phone out to have a look at it. I must have stayed awake for sort of 10, 15 minutes before drifting back to sleep again. There was quite a few different sounds in the forest. Initially, I thought it was someone walking, and then I realised it wasn't. It was just some dripping sounds. Then shortly after that, there was some kind of deadfall. Not heavy, big deadfall, but smallish one, but fairly close. I heard the sound of it hitting the forest floor. I heard the crack first, and then I heard the sound of it hitting the forest floor. Sort of horse sounds in the distance, deer sounds I heard, owl hooting occasionally, but apart from that, very little. It was just the general cracking and whatever sounds. It's a little bit misty out there at the moment. I think some of that moisture's dripping around, so I think there's a good point up at the top. I wasn't going to. I'm glad I did, because I have heard some dripping noises on it during the night. And that's probably just condensation on the leaves that is dripping down. It's supposed to be foggy out there. It's not at the moment. I'm going to lie in my hammock for a little while longer, just daydreaming and slowly waking up. I don't think sunrise is for another hour yet. So, and I was contemplating, should I get up and make a fire and make a coffee? And actually, no, I can't be bothered. So I'm going to stay in my hammock for a little while longer. And I'll come back to you when I eventually do decide to get my ass out of the hammock. I'm a lying so-and-so, aren't I? I've changed my mind. I've decided to get up. It's still pitch black out here. Whacked on the little light. There's the hammock from last night. And I've got my head torch on, kind of pointing out in the woods. You probably won't see a damn thing out there. It's pitch black. There is a moon up in the sky still, up there somewhere. I don't know if it's kind of light peeking through. You can just about see that there's something out there. And then you've got the woods. This is my 360. Creepy. Yeah. That's it. Gonna light up my little gasifier, get some hot water on and have a brew. Okay, just in case some of you may be interested out there, I'm using my little gasifier stove. There's plenty of videos on these out there. Today I'm using mine with, I've got some wood pellets, pizza oven pellets, whatever you do. It's so wet out in the woods here that I've brought some pellets along. It burns brilliantly with them anyway. I've got a lighter which I've lit it with. Always a spare lighter in my bag and some matches. And I'm using some beeswax, which is cotton bud. Impregnated with wax and Vaseline. Go and see Sticks Outdoors and Bushcrafts videos. Here, there's one there somewhere of how he makes that. It's his copyright, I think. There's the kettle, my little mini kettle on now, heating, and there's the gasifying. Can't wait. Got a coffee coming. Got the cup ready there to go. So yeah. It's almost ready now, I can hear it. It's so quick, this thing, so quick. Got enough water in there for probably 3 cups. Morning, sun's starting to rise. I've packed away the hammock already. Everything's in the bag. Drunk 3 cups of coffee. Left no trace as best I can. And was thinking about heading on my way, and I thought, there's a little subject I wanted to cover before I quit the woods this morning and headed back to civilization, and that was pooping in the woods. Some people find it a funny subject, some people find it a subject you don't go down the road of. Me personally, it's one of nature's calling, isn't it? You know, you've got to empty those bowels. A happy bowel is an empty bowel. So I just thought I'd go through what I do in the woods. This isn't de facto what you should do in the woods. This is what I do in the woods. So I've got, start off with a little bag here on the side of my rucksack. It's got the words, I don't know if you can see it in this light, WC written on it. WC is an old English word, I think from the 1800s. It means water closet, which is basically an old-fashioned term for toilet or bathroom, as you say in America. So yeah, I've got that little pack. Inside the pack I've got my little mini trowel, I've got some tissues, I've got some wipes, and I've got some sanitizer gel as well. So that's a little handy pack. Grab off the outside. When you got to go, you got to go. Right, 2 methods I use. The first one is my kind of preferred method, and that's digging a hole. And the second method is the doggy bag or doggy poop bag or whatever you call them. The clear up method, and take it away with you. From my point of view, if the environment's right, soft soil, a hole that you can dig, then that's the way to go. If you're out trekking and it's a sort of a rocky environment, you could literally lift up a rock, go under the rock and then cover up with the rock again. But the preferred method, if the environment's not right, is to actually take it away. The other thing you've got to think about as well is you don't want to be doing it near camp. You certainly don't want to be doing it near fresh water. So, if there's a river, stream, drinking hole, any of those kind of things, you do not want to be doing it within, 200 feet, 60 meters at least minimum of camp, water, trails, any environment where there's going to be people around. So, keep it discreet, keep it out the way, keep it, and leave no trace. Right, so the first method I do if you want to squat a grump is dig a hole with my little trowel, probably 6 to 8 inches deep, 4 to 6 inches across. What I tend to do first, and I don't think this is just me, is if you're gonna squat and go, it gets a little messy if you're peeing and pooping at the same time. So what I tend to do, if I know I'm going to need a pee too, is I'll go for a pee first. Hey, have a tinkle in the woods, you know, do your piddle somewhere, and then go back, slightly different spot, dig your hole, and then, you know, drop your butt dumplings in there. Afterwards, cover up with your trowel. Leave no trace, of course, is very important. Using tissue. If you're using wipes, you can't bury those. You know, those shouldn't be buried. You know, you should clear the whole lot away. Take it into your doggy bags. I would bag it, tie it, bag it again, tie it, double bag it, treble bag it, quadruple bag it, whatever you got to do to make it sort of sanitary. Get it in your bag, and then use that sanitizer gel to clean your hands. And that's it. Really simple. That's all that happens. Be discreet about it. You know, don't and leave no trace. That's the most important thing. Solo overnight hammock camp. Start again. Solo overnight hammock camp done. Leave no trace. None that I can see. Thanks for watching. Hope to catch you next time. Bye for now. Hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, it's off to home we go. Let's bloody walk back to the camera. Deer. Barking a warning. 3 of them at least. They heard me from miles away, though, this clambering old buffoon, making a huge noise.